Hello everyone, welcome to the audio book. So, in this session, we are going to study class 6 NCRT Polity and Unit 1. And the first chapter is all about diversity, and the chapter name is Understanding Diversity, Chapter 1. So, we are going to read it. Look around you in the class. Do you see anyone who look exactly like you? Do. In this chapter, you will learn that people are different from each other in many ways. Not only do they look different, but they might also belong to different relational, cultural, or religious background. These differences enrich our lives in many ways and also make them more fun. All these different people who come from all kinds of background and belong to all kind of religion and culture help to make India so interesting and so diverse. What does diversity add to our lives? How did India become like this? All kinds of different a part of diversity. Can diversity also be a part of unity? Read this chapter to find some answer. Three children around your age have drawn the figure above. Is your drawing similar to any of the others? The chances are that your drawing is quite different from other three, which you can see are quite different from each other. This is because each of us have a unique drawing style. We not only don't look exactly like each other, but also differ in terms of language we speak, our cultural background, the religious rituals we observe, and of course, the way we draw. Now ask your teacher to help you check how many of you have similar answers. Is there anyone whose list matches your exactly? Probably not, but many of you may have similar answers. How many like reading the same kind of books? How many different languages are spoken by the student in your class? By now, you must have recognized the many way in which you are quite like some of your classmates and other way in which you are different from them. Making friends. Do you think it would be easy for you to make friends with someone who was very different from you? Read this following story and think about this. I had meant it was a joke made up for a small ragged boy who sold newspaper at the Janpat crossing at the busy intersection. Every time I cycled past, he would run after me holding out English paper and screaming out the evening's headline in a mixture of Hindi and English words. This time I stopped by the pavement and asked for the Hindi paper. His mouth fell open. You meant you know Hindi? He asked. Of course, I said, as I paid for the paper. Why, what do you think? He paused. But you look like so Angrez, he said. You meant you can even read Hindi? Of course, I can said. This time, a little impatiently, I can speak, read, and write Hindi. Hindi is one of the subject I study in school. Subject? He asked. How would I explain what a subject was to someone who had never been to school? Well, it is something I began. But the lights changed, and the honking behind me grew 100 folds, and I felt I let myself be pushed along with the rest of the traffic. The next day, he was there again, smiling at me and holding out a Hindi paper. भैया, he said, आपका अखबार. अब बताइए ये हिंदी सब्जेक्ट क्या है? The English word sounded strange on his tongue. It sounded like its other meaning in English to be ruled by someone else. Oh, It's just something to study, I said. And then, because the red light had come on, I asked him, have you ever been to school? Never, he answered. And he added proudly, I began working when I was so high. He measured himself against my cycle seat. First, my mother used to come with me, but I can, but I can do it all alone. Where is your mother now? I asked, but then the light changed and I was off. I heard him yell from somewhere behind me, she is in Meerut, with the rest was drawn out. My name is Samir, he said the next day, and very shyly he asked, what's your name? It was incredible. My bicycle wobbled. My name is Samir, too, I said. What? His eye lit up. Yes, I grinned at him. It's another name for Hanuman's father, you know. So now you are Samir Ek and I am Samir Do, he said. Something like that, I answered, and then I held out my hand. Hath Milao Samir Do. His hand nestled in mine like a little bird. I would still feel its warmth as I cycled away. The next day, he did not have his usual smile for me. There is a trouble in Meerut, he said. Many people are being killed there in the riots. I looked at the headline, Communal Rights. It, but the Samir, I began, I'm a Muslim Samir, he said in answer, and all my people are in Meerut. His eyes filled with tears, and when I touched his shoulder, he would not look up. He was not at the crossing the day after, neither the day after, nor ever again. And no newspaper in English or Hindi can tell me where my Samir though was gone. While Samir Ek is more familiar with English, Samir Do speak Hindi. Although they both are more at home in the different languages, they still communicated with each other. They made the effort to do so because this was what was important to them. Samir Ek and Samir Do also come from different religions and cultural background. While Samir Ek is a Hindu, Samir Do is a Muslim. Different religious and the cultural background such as these are an aspect of diversity. In addition to their diverse religious and cultural backgrounds, there are other ways in which Samir Ek and Samir Do are different from each other. For example, while Samir Ek goes to school, Samir Do sells newspaper. Samir did Samud Do did not have the opportunity to attend school. Perhaps you have noticed that there are several people in the area where you live who are poor and who don't have enough to eat or wear and something, not even a place to live. This difference is not the same as the one we have seen earlier. Here we are talking not of difference but of inequalities. Inequalities come about when a person does not have the resources and opportunity that are available to other person. The caste system is another example of inequalities. According to this, society was divided into different groups depending upon the work that people did, and they were supposed to remain in those group. So if your parents were potters, you would only become a potter, nothing else. This system was considered irreversible And because you were not supposed to change your profession, it was not considered necessary for you to know anything more than what you needed in your profession. This created a situation of inequalities. You will read more about this and other inequalities in the following chapter. What does diversity add to our lives? Just like Samir Ek and Samir Do become friends, you might have different friends who are different from you. You have probably eaten different kind of food in their homes, celebrated different festivals with them, tried out the cloth they wear, and learned some of their language as well. You probably like reading and hearing stories and adventure about different animal, people, and even ghosts. Perhaps you even enjoy making up stories yourself. Many young people feel happy when they read a book story because it gives them lot of idea to make up more stories. People who write stories get their idea from all sorts of different places, from book and real life, and from their imagination. Some may have lived in forest close to animal and chosen to write of their fights and friendship. Others read real account of king and queens and wrote story about love and honor. Some dipped with their own childhood memory of his school and friends and wrote stories of adventure. Imagination, if all the stories tellers and writer that you have heard and read so far were forced to live in a place where all people work the same, two column, two colors, red and white. At the same food, maybe potatoes, took care of same two animals, for example, the deer and the cat, and to entertain themselves played snakes and the ladders. What kind of story do you think they would write? Diversity in India. India is a country of many diversities. We speak different languages, have various type of food, celebrate different festivals, practice different religions. But actually, if you think it is, we do uh, many things that are similar except that we do them in different way. How do we explain diversity? A little more than 200 years ago, or long before the train, aeroplane, bus or car become a part of our lives, people travel from one part of world to another in ship or horse, on camels or on foot. Often they went in search of new lands or new places to settle in, or for people to trade with. And because it took so long to travel, once they got to a place, people stay there often for a long time. Many other left their home because there were families and the dropout, and they would not get enough to eat. Some went in search of work while others left because there was a war. Something as they began to make their home in new place, people began to change a little, and other time they managed to do thing in the old way, so their language, food, music, religion become a mixture of old and new. And out of this intermixing of culture came something new and the different. This history of many places shown us how many different cultural influence have helped to shape life and culture there. Thus, religions become very diverse because of their unique histories. Similarly, diversity also comes about when people adapt their lives to the geographical area in which they live. For example, living near the sea is quite different from living in a mountain area. Not only do people have different clothing and eating habit, but even the kind of work they do are different. In the cities, it is often easy to forget how closely people lives are tied to their physical surroundings. This is because in the city, people seldom grew their own vegetable and gain instant. They depend on the market to buy all the food and other goods they needed. Let us try to understand what we meant when we say historical and geographical factor influence the diversity of religion. We can do this by reading about life in two different parts of the country, Kerala and Ladakh. Ladakh is a desert in the mountains in the east of Jammu and Kashmir. Very little agriculture is possible here since this region does not receive any rain and is covered in snow for a large part of the year. There are very few trees that can grow in the region. For drinking water, people depend on the melting snow during the summer months. People here keep sheep and goats. The goats in the region are special because they produce Pashmik woolen. This woolen is prized and Pashmina cost a lot of money. The people in Ladakh carefully collect the wool of the goats and sell this to the traders from Kashmir. Pashmi are woven in the Kashmir. The people eat meat and milk products like cheese and butter. Each family owns some goats, cow, and yak. Yak cow. Being a desert did not mean that Ladakh did not attract its share of traders. It was considered a good trade route as it had many passes through which caravans travels to what is today called Tibet. These caravans carried textile and spices, raw silk and carpet. Buddhism reached Tibet via Ladakh. Ladakh is also called Little Tibet. Islam was introduced in the religion more than 400 years ago, and there is a significant Muslim population here. Ladakh was a very rich oral tradition of songs and poems. Local version of Tibetan national epic of Kesar Sagar are performed and sung by both Muslim and Buddhist. Kerala is a state in the southwest corner of India. It is surrounded by sea on one side and hill on the other. A number of species like pepper and other are grown on the hills. It is the species that made this region an attractive place for traders. Jewish and Arab traders were the first to come here. The Christians' son Thompson is believed to have come here nearly 2000 years ago, and he is credited with bringing the Christianity in India. Many Arab traders also come and settle down here. Ibn Batula, who traveled here a little less than 700 years ago, wrote a travelers in which they describe the lives Muslim and says that they were a highly respected community. This discovered the sea route to India for Europe when the Vasco da Gama landed with his ship here. Because of all these various historical influence, people in Kerala practice different religions such as Buddhism, Islamic, Christianity, Hindu, and Buddhism. Buddhism. The fishing nets used here look exactly like the Chinese fishing net and are called China wala. Even the use for frying is called the cha- Chinimati, and it is believed that the word Chin would have come from China. The fertile land and the climate are suited to grow rice, and majority of people here eat rice, fish, and vegetable. While Kerala and Ladakh are quite different in terms of their geographical feature, the history of both regions has been similar cultural influence. Both regions were influenced by Chinese and Arab traders. It was the geography of the Kerala which allowed for the cultivation of species and the special geographical location of Ladakh, its wool that drew traders to these regions. Thus, history and geography are often tried in the culture life of a region. The influence of diverse culture is not merely a thing of the past. Our present lives are all about moving from place to place for work, and with each move, our culture, tradition, and way of life slowly become part of the new place we are in. Similarly, in our own neighborhood, we live close to people from several communities. Our daily lives are about the way in which we do things together and hear stories about each other lives, customs, and tradition. Unity in diversity. India's diversity has always been recognized as a source of its strength. When the British ruled India, women and men from different culture, religious, and regional background came together to oppose them. India's freedom movement had thousands of people of different backgrounds in it. They worked together to decide joint action. They went to jail together, and they found different way in opposition. The British intrinsically the British thought they would divide Indians because they were so different and then continue to rule them. But the people shown how they would be different and yet be united in their battle against the British. Here is a song given. So, this song was sung after the Jallianwala Bagh in the Amritsar, in which a British general opened fire on the large group of unarmed, peaceful people, killing many of wandering, even more people and women, men and women, Hindus, Sikh and Muslim, rich and poor, had gathered to protest against the British. This song was composed and sung to honor the memory of those brave people. Song and the symbol that emerged during the freedom struggle. 7. As a constant reminder of our country's rich tradition of respect for diversity. Do you know the story of India flag? It was used as a symbol of protest against the British by people everywhere. In this book, The Discovery of India, Jawaharlal Nehru says that the India unity is not something imposed from the outside, but rather it was something deeper and within its fold. The widest tolerance of belief and the custom was practiced, and every variety acknowledged and even encouraged.